Okay, it's 6:15, so whether there are people here or not on a Sunday evening, let's get started. Last week's goals is the first thing we're going to review. We're going to just look at the week. So let's get back to it. I'll write down. Just questioning whether I wrote it down properly now. What I've said here is Richmount Gardens. I'm going to talk to Joseph Scott about that one. Which is the 775 one from last week, which I thought there wasn't any photos. There was, I just didn't know how to use the website. Basically, it's just on for too far high at 775. It needs to come down at least below 700, and then we can start talking. But if it doesn't, then well, no worries. So I didn't call. I said call Joe Scott, see if they entertain 700,000. I didn't call them. I just emailed, and that wasn't a problem. Save me time, save everyone a bit of time. Simple question. Sometimes if you think, like, can you get the task done with an email? If you can, no need to call. I was just asking a question. Can you get it done with an email? Okay. If it's like more like, the first time you reach out to the agent, then can you get the task done with email? Possibly not. Possibly you need to build rapport with a phone call. I just thought something should send this guy. Yeah, see if that guy's interested. Alright. That's somebody reached out to me and needed a bit of help with the sourcing stuff, so you can watch how I do it. Reply to Finley Wilson. Yeah, I think again, there's a lot of people who work for Joseph Scott. It's good that I've got in with his agency. And I'll show you in a second. They're sending me a lot of emails, and then finish going through estate agent emails. Well, yeah, that is what I did. So, yeah, I did. I said really, it's just 3 little goals for the week based off the live stream, and I did it. It was to get through these estate agent emails that have been sending me since the new year. And the difficult thing is during this week, of course, many agencies kept it coming. So let's just go through it. So, for example, this one, found a property you may like. I've replied there. What do I say there? Did I literally just say thanks? Oh no. At first I said, yeah, because he sent me, again, sometimes they just send another one of Joseph Scott. They send stuff you don't want, like this was a new build, right? Well, but yes, I sent reminded the criteria. The flagged ones are ones that actually might be interesting, so let's have a look. This one was again 850 modern, but I think it doesn't need many improvements. It's nice, but the vendor has been reducing a lot. So I just said we can chat through their situation if they needed a quick sale or something. Definitely a property that could be rented out. So maybe a lease option is possible. I will get onto answering the question about the lease option. But yeah, just let's chat through their situation on Monday. Simple. So that one could be interesting. This is the one we were looking at last week. Yeah, it's quite funny. He said sometimes estate agents are like, do they know what they're doing? Because I just asked, look, I can find one value 950, the other 775. Have you got any more data to support this? And then he's like, yes, you can probably sell it for 1.15 to 1.2. You click on this house, as you just see, then the current estimate is 988. So, above $1 million is unrealistic. So I'll let him know that. And yeah, we see where we go. I haven't flagged it though. The flagged ones are the interesting ones. So here, this isn't actually an email. I reached out 74 Gladstone Park Gardens on that one. Are there any others? Yeah, this one may be interesting. Maybe. But we need a big reduction. It was the one where, like, online it was 575, but then on the brochure they sent me up here is 535 as well. Yeah, 535. Like, is that a typo? If they're happy to accept 535, this deal could work, actually. And they can't turn around and say, well, 535 is an unreasonable offer. I could be like, but you sent me 535. Well, anyway, I did just ask to clarify, so I'm sure he'll get back to me on Monday. But yeah, the deal genuinely might work at 535 because all this property needs is pretty modern, but it just needs a new kitchen. Maybe opening the kitchen up into the making it open plan. That's all it needs. It doesn't really need anything else. Obviously, you could put new carpets, look at paint for a few thousand to improve things, but yeah, it doesn't need a lot else, which is good, but still doesn't work at 570 because yeah, the fully refurbished ones are going for 650. So we've not 650 is ceiling price on this one. Any others looking interesting? No. So yeah, I would have gone through maybe 10, 15, I don't think 20 estate agent emails, maybe about 20, and probably not quite that much. And yeah, I've got about 3 that maybe look interesting. It's all part of the process. And now we're going to, this week, go through it from Property Engine. I've got Property Engine sending me deals automatically. Look, I don't often search for them. The last property I searched for, let's say, would probably be this one, this 74 Gladstone Park Gardens. However, well, it's because I was walking down the street and I saw it, so it wasn't. Does it count as a? I'm not going out of my way to search for properties. They're coming to me automatically. Before I get into that, though. Good evening, sir. Paul's here. Right, great to know, and I'm active on the chat on my phone. Hopefully. Today I'm not going to ignore any tips and advice Paul has. Paul's a loyal supporter of the stream. One of the few, so that's good. When I get famous, he can say that he's been here since the start. I don't want to be famous, to be honest. He wants to be famous, but successful, yes. Anyway, before we're getting into that, I think I should reveal the answer to the question. Now, Paul had a guess. So here's the question that I asked. It was, see if I can remember it now without. I've got to actually use my brain now to remember this question, because I don't want to click off the chat. I don't want to. Let's do it this way. 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 Yeah, I asked it here. Yeah, I asked it. All these questions I'm going to be asking and more in my creative deal club. So if you are interested in these types of deals that I look for, I imagine you are. If you are, if you're on my live stream, and you're either interested in sourcing or in investing in creative deals. So I asked, creative property strategies like lease options are mainly about raising lots of cash, solving seller problems, beating the market, or avoiding legal paperwork. And I'll post it. Now, Paul, interestingly, his answer to this was that it's all of the above. In my view, you could argue all of them, but in my view, the most important one is solving seller problems. That's what it's all about, really. If a seller hasn't got a problem, then they don't need a lease option. You know, if a seller can achieve a sale, let's say that's on for £500,000, if they can achieve £500,000 or close to it, 480 today, then they don't need a lease option. They don't need to agree £500,000 in the future, 3-5 years down the line, but have a guaranteed £10,000 option fee now to help them through a difficult situation. Or if they can just get the sale now, they don't need that. It's for distressed sales, we might say. People who are in a chain, who the sale maybe has just fallen through, but they really need to buy the property that they're looking at. They've agreed a sale on the property that they want to buy, but they need their house to sell first. And if that sale of their house falls through, then they can't buy, and the whole chain collapses. So it's really helpful one to solve problems for vendors and estate agents. It could be more difficult situations. It could be sadly a divorce, and well, you need to, I don't know, hopefully don't ever go through that situation, but people in that situation that let's say the guy moves away, the lady wants to move as well, they can't afford the mortgage on their current property, but at the same time, do they necessarily want to downsize, with their income sort of cut in half, those kind of things. Well, if an investor comes along and says, I'm solving your problem by giving you a little money now to help with moving costs and covering your mortgage for the next 3 to 5 years, you can worry about the actual sale price then, but until that time, I'm going to be covering your mortgage for you, and we could exchange in literally within this month. By the end of the month, you don't have to worry about covering your mortgage. So it's about solving seller problems for me. In terms of the other ones, raising lots of cash, I mean, benefits to the investor can be potentially an exponential return on investment, because at the end of your lease option, you're paying the price that you agreed 5 years ago. You do have to fund that purchase. And once you've done so, you can then refinance against today's value and potentially pull most, if not all, of your money out, and then you're still renting it. Or you can sell it on if you wish. So kind of like a BRR, but without having to purchase it first. So yes, raising lots of cash, but it's not the main thing, because there are lots of other strategies that can do that, I'm sure. What's the other one? C, beating the market. Well, it depends. You can't guarantee what the market's going to do, can you? So yes, you might agree a lease option and in 5 years' time reasonably believe the market's going to appreciate. I think that's very likely. But whether it appreciates 5 or 20%, you don't know. So it's not necessarily about beating the market. I think people who teach lease options and think it's all about, well, I suppose I'm regurgitating what I've learned from a MS law, but it's not about just the length of your lease option. It's about other aspects of the deal, what problems you're solving, etc. Avoiding legal paperwork. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure myself exactly the paperwork involved. However, I do think that's potentially a credible answer. There is legal paperwork, but I know from a solicitor I'm in touch with that he could draw up these contracts in about 3 weeks. So potentially it's less paperwork than a normal sale, let's say. I just need to charge my laptop before going through and get some more properties into my pipeline. And yeah, here's the way I like to do it. So I go over to my email. Every night at 6 p.m. I get updates on my saved searches in Property Engine. I have criteria, I put it in there automatically. Just want to make sure it's my live stream is recording my face. Cool. There was 1 week, week 9, where it did record my face, but it didn't record the screen. Interestingly, that's like one of my most viewed live streams. It's got like 40 views. I'm like, why are 40 people watching me just talk about something they can't see? Yeah. Maybe I should just change the thumbnail of these videos to just my face, and then to get more views. Because the thumbnail of this is going to be me looking at my emails, and perhaps that's not very interesting. Anyway, I'm going to look into YouTube optimization soon. I am looking into it, in fact. Okay, so there are 2 newly reduced. Oh, another thing that happened this week. So I've had my first 2 investor calls. Got a follow-up booked in next week, and another one, introductory one, booked in next week. So that's good. Okay. What's your search criteria? Reduced. Okay, here's what I like to do on it as well, as I like to keep track of this. So, where is it? Here we go. So, January. So I like to keep track of the quantity, the quality, and the repeats on each search. So for example, in probate, I've got 4 properties that it's sent to me. I think 2 are worthy of going into my pipeline. This is me saying they could work. They could work. At the current price and everything, they could work. They could work. And one of those was a repeat. What that means is one of those also showed up on another search. And so this is a way of me filtering down the searches that are relevant, and these red ones are ones that I no longer get notifications on. For whatever reason, I was getting too much quantity, too little quality, or the quality that I was getting was a repeat. It was actually showing up elsewhere. So I don't like the repeats, because what's the point of me clicking on these links and it being the same property I've already seen? I'm wasting my time. So this one, now I've forgotten which, it's reduced recently listed, right? So what we'll do, reduced recently listed, but 7 here. Let's see if it's quality. Alright, so yeah, it's been reduced a lot, from 65 to 550. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bath. I mean, it really needs to be at about 500, if I'm going to be completely honest. HA7 really needs to be about 5. I don't know why it was over 65. So I'm thinking in my head 500 here. And if they've already reduced a bit, I think they'll probably be alright with that. It's recently reduced like a week ago to 550. Okay, so let's look at the comparables. Clearly it needs everything doing, doesn't it? And yet potentially you could go into the roof, or just what's best for assisted sale is as quick as possible. Right, I want to get this property move-in ready, livable, nicely done, not perfect, so I can quickly up the value and get a sale more like at 625, what they were thinking at, or maybe 650. We're going to see now if it's 65 and it's 650, or if it doesn't work at all. Oh, that's something I wanted to do. Maybe I could do it in my live stream today, or just after. I wanted to change this automatic radius from 1 mile to 0.5, so that I don't have to keep adjusting it. Might like to do that, guys, in this live stream actually, because it's for all of our benefit, so I don't have to keep adjusting that. Anyway, look, we had a square meterage of 75, so any properties that are around the square meterage are probably a comparable. Like this one, no way, this looks like it's up next door, 75 meters. Very similar, doesn't it? It looks very, very similar. This is a good comparable. It's nicer, but it's not where I would take it at all, and unfortunately yes, this could also do with a refurbishment. So I perhaps see why they had it on higher, because they thought they could achieve 569, but this one is still nicer. Okay, so let's keep looking. This one says it's well presented at 73 meters, so that's pretty similar, right? But often this property engine thing says well presented, and I'm like, really? For example, yeah, that's probably what I look to do with the kitchen, kind of. I hate alley kitchens, to be honest. I much prefer this kind of setup. Although I'm not sure about the cupboards here, because I think it still feels dark. I mean, that you can see that it's expressly clear that the kitchen's still dark because of the. Anyway, I wouldn't also say that's therefore as modernised as I would like, so I'm not going to take that as a comparable. 83 square meters. Is that a bit high? Well, it's irrelevant anyway because that's not. So when I see this, I do worry a little bit. What I mean by this is lots of properties that are not refurbished recently selling. So is there really an appetite for a high standard of flip in this area? Well, potentially not. There's people buying houses that are not flipped, not refurbished. So 650, that's the kind of price we'd need. However, at 97 square meters, I don't think that's entirely comparable. I suppose what they've done is extended, have they? Because I'm sure all these have very similar types of. Yeah, I think this might be an extension, this dining room thing. That's certainly not how I would do any sort of extension. Definitely look to knock through this wall to avoid this alley kitchen thing. But yeah, that's helped the value go up. So I think I'm safe to have this one as a comparable. But that suggests an extension is needed, so you're looking at another £20,000 to £30,000 on the refurb. So that's 650 there on a 97 square meters. For me, it's just as good as if we had an 85. Oh, hang on, was I 75 or 85? I was 75. I was going to say it's just as good as we had an 85 at 620, because you've got to factor in the extension. But to be honest, if that's 97, that is a lot. Too much above where we should be. So I'm not going to look at that one as a comparable. Let's keep going down. We're looking in the 70s. Gosh, this is a small property. I definitely think the asking price is very ambitious. 84 says well presented. Yeah, I really should ignore the well presented thing. It doesn't really make a difference. Early 70s. Yeah. Yeah, not really. I mean, somewhat refurbished, but not really. And selling for a lot less. Yeah. Yeah, you can see next door gone into the roof. Which makes me want to see how much that went for. Is it worth going into the roof? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? 647k in 2022. Okay, so that is a better indication of what happens if you flip it and go into the roof. And is that a fourth bedroom? Yes, it is. Well, unfortunately, it sold in 2022, but this is what you need to do to achieve the 650k. And to be honest, that's at least 100 grand, if not 150 grand's worth of work doing that. So there's no margin in it, is it? The property's on for 550. Even if I got them down to 500, the work's going to cost 100, 150. There's no margin at all. So, yeah, I'm going to leave this one. It is, I guess you could say quantity, but not quality. So I'm going to move on. Back 5 mile. Medium. Medium means it's been back like 2 or 3 times, I think. I can't remember exactly how I did my criteria. It's the same property. So it's a repeat. But we've got to remember that's a repeat not just on the back 5 mile medium, but it's also a repeat on this one. It's got to be taken into account. I think instead of repeat, I should really use the word duplicate. Oh, I should set a little timer going. 15 minutes left. We've been doing this 10 minutes so far. 50 minutes. 50 minutes left. Got WhatsApp. Okay, it's not. Yeah. Okay, so that's a duplicate. So what I did there is these new 2 properties that they told me about on the 8th of January. I'm just going to delete them. Oh, 7th of January. Well, I'm actually already done that as well, so delete that one. Unless I haven't. See if this sparks any memory. Did we do this last week? Do you know, I feel like we did. Perhaps I forgot to delete it. Yes, this one actually interesting. So yeah, we did do that. Alright, okay. So I can delete that as well. Moving on to the 9th of January. Yeah, I know. I'm not the best example, like 9th of January notification, and then 18th of January I'm actually looking at it, but hey. Right, this one is already in my pipeline on no comparables. Right, why is Property Engine telling me about this? It's a new property and reduced. Well, perhaps it was already... No, I've already got it in reduced recently listed. Maybe it's with another agent now. But I've said that I'm interested, but there's no comparables. And I doubt that's changed. So I wouldn't really call that quality. I'm going to double check again. But it seems as... Why removed? Okay, so it was removed on the 7th of... Yeah, I really don't remember. I really don't remember looking at this on Wednesday the 7th of January. It was removed. And now it's back on. So, probably fiddling around with agents and things like that. It's a nice big property, but it is a little bit tired in its decor. Let's see if it has comparables now. I doubt it really. It's a big 5-bedroom property. It's quite hard to find comparable sales for those type of properties. Which is why I don't go to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bedrooms. What was the square foot? 167. Oh, this is a good comparable, isn't it? But it's not modernised. So it's like... So... My son's also trying to renovate that one as well, and difficult to know where it will go. From what? Well, this doesn't look like London at all. This looks too beautiful, if I'm honest. That's. Oh, I'm a sucker for that type of thing. That looks lovely. But so I don't think it's comparable. Yeah, harvest. Yeah, so we are. Yeah. What is it? One photograph, like, would you like to buy the street for £900,000? Doesn't sound nice to me. Right, now, so that one's got quality. Alright, cash only and reduced. These, I'm excited because this is a tasty search. Cash only and reduced is like, quick, give me money, don't care what the price is, just give me, man after midnight. Making buy my property so I get it off my hands. Give me. Oh, I've already been told off by Paul for singing the last one. I was on the Christmas one. Right, again, yeah, it needs everything doing. It's reduced from 750 to 650. It's a 5-bedroom property at 650. Now, we were just looking at 5-bedroom property at 1.1 million. What would you rather invest in? Harrow? Yeah, not the finest area that I look at, but it's okay. Yeah. There's another effort. Another agent, so it's on with 2 agencies. So that's another sign of desperation. I mean, look, the outside is, yeah, the curb appeal of these properties is. I don't know who designed this style of property in the 60s, 70s, but just like 40 years ago, in the 20s, 30s, they're still making nice looking properties. What were they thinking? Right, let's stop getting distracted. Let's look at the comparables. View one sole comparable. Oh, no, it's not great, is it? Apparently, according to the AI, there's only one comparable. 123 square meters. Oh yeah, but it is a thing, right? 123 square meters is tiny for a 5-bed. I guarantee you it's a box room. We may as well consider it a 4-bed. So let's look for 4-bed comparables. And they're not really coming. I mean, there's this one. It's probably still a little bit too big. And it's very nice, and it's at 800. But it's like, this thing's cash only reduced. Is it worth just keeping it in my pipeline anyway? Because, I don't know, let's see if there's only 3. You know what I mean? Because a nice 3-bed versus this, nothing's comparable. Right, well, that's a very motivated seller, but it's terrible property. Knock it down and start it again, I suppose, would be the right thing to do. I don't know, I'm going to keep it in my pipeline that is for property with low comparables. And to see if it moves. If it moves to 600, yeah, could be worth a punt, I suppose. Could just present it to my investors and say, look, well, there's not much comparable data, but I think it's worth a try getting this to some sort of 800 ish value. Let's see. But yeah. Alright, this is another cash only and reduced. Very huge asking price, isn't it? Ooh. Okay. Yuck. But look at next door. I feel like next door's got the right idea. With that big door window and everything. I think next door has done it. So I like that. So I'm just gonna look. Before looking into any other comparables, I'm just gonna look at, hopefully next door was a renovate and flip, so we've got some sold data on it. Sold for 1.9 million in 2022. I like that. I'm writing that down. Let's get the pen wet. Let's do it. Door sold for in 2022 1.2 million, 1.9 million. The market's not moved on a great deal. Since then, so we could probably say 2 million. Yeah, next door's gone for 2 million. Okay, I still think this needs to come down to 1.5, maybe 1.4, but next door's gone for 2 million, and yeah, you can see why. Yeah, let's look at any further comparables. I doubt there are many, but with next door, what next door achieves. Yeah, that's interesting for sure. Okay, so it's 162 square meters. Williston Green. Yeah, I suppose it's in a nice area. I wouldn't have thought though that the house prices are so large, but what happened there? Yeah, it's by the cricket club. There's a tennis court. Always a good sign. Oh right, it's near ha, near King Edward, near King Edward Park. This one's near King Edward tennis course. Yeah, we're familiar. If you want a tennis lesson, let us know. Maybe whilst the investor is refurbishing this property, they can have a tennis lesson with me or Ava. Yeah, great. Um, I don't think I've coached there, but yes. Anyway, so there is money. I think I'm just going to again do the fourth. So that being point 1.8 million 2024. Yeah, okay. I mean, it'd be better if that was saying if that was saying 2 million, wouldn't it? But one, I'll just double check that is a refurbished property, but it looks to be the case. Yeah, so that's nicely done as well. Yeah, interesting. So it's like these old Pebble Dash 1920s, 30s stuff. We're getting it looking like this, and yeah, it's a shame that it fell from 2.1 million to 1.8. A little bit concerning, perhaps. Oh, I think that's. I'm like a Yorkshireman. I think that's gorgeous. I think the way they've done that kept the character. I literally, if I had 1.8 million, okay, I hate that. Ugh. Okay, apart from bathrooms. But yeah, this is kind of, you know, well, look, it's Terry and Susan. Yeah, if I'll try to get it looking like this. We've had, it's a very good example of what can be done with the property 1.9, 1.8. Okay, this is potentially interesting, I think. I haven't even bothered looking at the official comparables because perhaps I don't need to. This is 1.5 million. That's sort of worrying. But it's not had that sort of. It's had internal refurbishment, but it's not had that sort of curb appeal outside, has it? It's not. And upstairs hasn't really had it. It's kind of just someone who's lived there and gone, right, let's make the kitchen better, darling, and what do you think about the bathroom? But it's not a complete job. I feel like maybe it's a little bit smaller. Yeah, talking rubbish. It's not smaller. Um, yeah. Okay. Oh, what do? Yeah. Um. But yeah, I think this is interesting. Don't sell for 1.1. 1.3. Let's see if we can get it, how we can get it to 1.8 then. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, interesting. Work. Can I make that the thumbnail? Yeah, yeah, I think that will help get the views up. Yeah. Okay, so again, yeah, 1.8 million, and that was it says I can get still, but one I just put number 65. Okay, that is basically opposite. 5 went for, I don't know, 23, 22, 24. I'm not, it's, because London's not, it's very been very quite, steady since then. I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't go close to 2020, but 22, 24, yeah, yeah, fine. 5, of course, yeah, I'm fine with that. So it's really good data that these are being renovated and sold. And to think in assisted what sales is the perfect way to do it. So yeah, just looking, just curious. You have to take the good and the bad into account. I mean, this is 1.3. It was nowhere near enough. Um, yeah, not really refurbished, is it? I mean, well, all right, but yeah, okay. And it's perhaps a bit smaller. Yeah, yeah, okay. Interesting. Smaller. Um, 6 bedrooms. Well, hey, but smaller. Sold with that. Yeah. Okay. All right. But I think this is one of the good ones. Like this is one of the big ones that can do that, or that, or that. Literally 1, 2, 3. That is evidence that we can do it to number 40. Now let's look at the official comparables. Um, but I don't care. I think I'm still adding this into my pipeline. See, I mean, it's 0.38 miles away. It's just a bit far, isn't it? So what we want is the ones that are next door. But okay, yes, it's further away, but okay, it was more recently. So there's an idea. It's more own gardens. Where's that? So we were looking up there. This is more close to. This is the other side of the park, right? Okay, fine. It's a similar area. We've done a similar type of thing, and they've got to 1.75. Great. Yeah, yeah. That also gives some evidence. Ooh, what is that? Oh, 0.99 miles away. No, let's ignore that. I got excited there, but that's too far away to give any sort of indication. That's what's that one? You gonna show me? You gonna show me? Yeah, we were looking here, and that's over there. Different area. Different area, different type of property. Can't believe that's selling for 2 million. It's so boring. Ugh, so boring. Why? I didn't buy it for 2 million. Kilburn, I suppose. Yeah. Alright. So here's what I'll do. I want to see if I can save the sort of next door properties as as comparables. Just gonna see if I can do that because it's like three like next door but one, next door but one opposite. Like, yeah, come on. 1 9 1. Yeah, so it's even better. Oh, and it's gorgeous. Let's do that to next door. Absolutely, it's got to be done. Easiest builder quote I'm ever going to get. I'm just going to like, can you copy and paste that onto the left? Tell me how much it is. Right, that's lovely. Shouldn't get distracted, but I do like this side of the business. Got to enjoy myself a little bit. Who's enjoying looking at these stunning houses? Who else is? Come on. Wonder if Paul's still here. Is Paul still here? Oh, we've had 10 views. Okay. I don't know if Paul's still here. Probably having a dinner or something. Let's see if he's abandoned us. But yeah, so that's comparable, and then we're gonna get this one as well. That's a comparable, and I think the fact that the same three on the same street is going to make up for the fact that they were, you know, 1 to 3 years ago. We can achieve top end of the 1 millions if we get it right with this one, and that's really exciting. And still, I don't think they've reduced it enough. Just in my head, thinking that's at least that's probably a 200, maybe 250k job to get up to that. Um, yeah, it's a 250k job, right? So and we're looking at selling between 1.8 and 1.9 to be conservative. I mean, this one right next door, it was 1.9. So that was 2022. There was a buying boom in 2022. So let's just say 1.9. It was 1.95, wasn't it? But there was a buying boom in 2022. So we have to bear that in mind. And it was another comp at 1.75. I know it's further away, but it's another type of property more recently. Factor that in. Just quickly, if I had those up in my head, we're looking at like, let's say 1.85 for the end value. Actually, we've got, we add 250k onto this. That is 1.85, and there's still no margin. So for the investor to invest 250k and have some return, this needs to at least come down to 1.5. So I think that's what I will tell the agent. But first of all, let's add it into the pipeline. What was it? Was it cash only and reduced? Yeah, I told you cash only reduces it banger. Cash only and reduced. And yeah, I just need to get it under 1.5. But I'll do the property analysis later. I'm not gonna do it on this stream. I'm not gonna do it on the streams anymore really because I don't know, maybe I will. I don't think it's that interesting. I think the main thing to focus on is seeing how I just say, oh, that's a good deal. No, yes, no, yes. That's what streams are about. The analysis is kind of, it's kind of like it's like I need to break down build this appraisal, and I need to, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, look, I could do it now quickly, just with a rough idea. But the bill quote is 250. I kind of know what we're gonna be looking at here. Like, just as a quick example, it's like we've agreed, or we're gonna sell for 185 million, and it's gonna cost us 250,000 to do it. And at the moment, it's on for 1.6 million. So yeah, we're losing money in 94,000. That's essentially just an agency and sourcing fees. Um, so if this is 1.5 million, we get still not quite good enough actually. And I know 1.85 is conservative because next door did do 1.95, but the more recently sold properties were 1.8, so I'm just bearing that in mind. So based on a conservative end value of 1.85, and maybe the bill quote will be less than 250, but it's a big job. It's a big job. So, and it's London. So, making it look right next door, that looks like a big job. A lot of structural supports, extending the back, maybe waiting for some planning permission. I don't know. It's obviously possible because next door's done it, and I don't think planning would be denied because next door's done it. But I need to bear these things in mind. So 1.5 million won't be good enough. 1,450,000. We'll just start making decent money there. So going to be a tough negotiation, but yeah, see how it goes. Yeah, may as well say that as the may as well say that as yeah. If it does end up working, then um, I'll take this whole stream down because I don't actually want to reveal too much, and I'll put this into the confidential side of the pipeline, and yeah, we go from there. So I'm trying to protect myself with these deals, but best way to protect myself as well is just to be aggressive rather than defensive. Like defensive is all a kind of, oh, I need to protect my precious deal, blah blah blah. Aggressive is just, I'm going to be the one who calls the agent first. I'm going to negotiate it better. I'm going to build the relationship better. Right? The defensive is like, don't steal my deal. Yeah, whinging and whining. Someone steals a deal, and they were better than you, weren't they? So there we go. But also, don't steal this one. But it's by no means a deal yet. The idea that we can get it for 150 below asking is quite tough. So yeah, let's see. But it's in the pipeline. So that was cash and reduced, and that was quality. Yes, that was quality. We're doing 20 minutes left of the stream. Okay, cool. Oh, hello. Probate 5 miles, the one that's come from 750, 650. Unfortunately, I think that's a duplicate, and that's also a duplicate there. Let's just confirm our suspicions. So yeah, interesting to know that this one is a probate. Think perhaps would be yeah. I mean, there's a lot of probate happening these days, and yeah, perhaps they'd be a bit more open to things. I've got it in my no comparables, haven't I? But I'm also going to now label it as probate. So yeah, I don't call this quality because there's no comparables, but let's see potential. Alright, let's duplicate. Oh, and this other one's also probate. I've got to say, it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense that it's a probate. But that is something to consider when offering. But yeah, you know, everything needs to be done. He looks like a lovely person's old house, you know, an old. And let's go to Granny and Granddad's. This, but let's tear it up and modernise it. Well, you know, 21st century vibes. So again, that was also a probate property. It's a duplicate. Did I say property again? It's the same property. So, but it's a duplicate. Okay, cool. Moving on. Oh, it's a new one. Back 5 Mile. Means it's been back on the market 2-3 times, I think. And yeah, let's have a look. I think Paul's gone. Oh, it's sold. Subject to contract. That's fine. It could fall through. It could very well fall through. Um, it's really aided by that 10k asking price drop. You know, if it falls through, I will get notified. But yeah, wish the normal buyer the best with that, to be honest. I don't like sale fall throughs. It's a shame, really. Back 5 Mile meet again. 2 more here. 0.45 million. Christ. Could be another one. Could be another great one. Ah, it's this one again. Again. This has no comparables. And I'm yet to understand this listing. It's it calls itself Flat B. 60 square meters, so that's the size of like a 2-bed flat, right? I really, but it's not, you know, it's a 5-bedroom property, I assume, or thing, it's for sale. But it's been done into flats, but it's still under one type. I've heard of a strategy called title splitting. I actually, yeah. No, so that could work as a flat, as upstairs bit. That just, you just need to change the reception. Mm. One of them is a reception room. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Reconfigure that. In some sort of. So you don't want that bottom as a 1-bed flat. And a title split, but another. Some more work does need to be done. So it's do the work. Then 2 flats. Then title split. Yeah, definitely work needs to be done as well, isn't it? It's a really large asking price. I just don't really understand what's going on with it. I suppose it's worth calling the agent. I think actually it needs to happen because yeah, I've been looking at this one for a while. It's been on since 2024. This might be a work with me Wednesday, honestly, because I might need some help with this. Um, yeah, it's removed from the market. I was like, why is it being removed? Yeah, it's back on. I don't understand the listing. Gone through twice in the year. There's a lot of signs, and I don't think I should be put off by the fact that it's weird as fudge. Yeah, alright, let's go. Just write that down now. I'll call the agent and see what's going on here, because I don't really understand it. There's potentially options to renovate in the title split, but it does look like possibly it's too big a renovation. And these windows suggest to me that there must be some kind of backwards of fine. Is it in some weird kind of conservation area as well? We have to make it look like that. What's next door looking like? Next door's not got that. Maybe not. Maybe we could change it. I don't know. It's a really weird one. Yeah, maybe let's see what is going on in the next door properties. I'm just making it cool. Asian, 15 minutes left. Look, what is going on next door? So that sold for 1,000,000 2010 and the one next door. Okay, fair. Down. I think I looked at this in one of my early live streams. Oh my god, I didn't know I could do that. Right, let's go with it. Number 4,000,000 2023. Oh, this is on the market for £2,000,000. Opposite. Oh, it's a bit ambitious, isn't it? I really think that's gonna sell. Oh, it's a company sale as well. That might mean that might mean it's a renovation or something, or oh frick it, right, let's go down a rabbit hole. What are they? Other letting, operating, own or lease real estate. Development company then I guess. I haven't done a great job on this, have they? I think the floors are just why? It's lazy to keep those floors. Maybe some people like it, I don't know. But I think it lowers the quality of this flip a lot. I think it's quite off-putting. If it was lighter wood, I'd probably find it acceptable. Anyway, that's their problem. But they're not selling it for 2. So perhaps in a way it'd be a mistake to try and just flip it. The flat thing does, because it's not going to sell for 2, right? Oh, sold for 1.6 in 2025. Yeah, gosh, quite an old one. That needs renovation, sold for 1.6. 1.59. Why does anyone buy it for 1.59? They must be hoping that there's some margin in it, or it's just a residential buyer, but I doubt it. This is on for 1.45. I really can't tell if it's a bargain or not. I think, yeah, gonna contact. Um, I don't know the right question to ask me this. Because I don't understand the whole, like, compliance and licensing to let out a flat and things like that, but I'll just ask the agent, let them talk. Just try and dodge any awkward questions. Leave it there. Alright, pause now. 10 minutes left. Okay, let's try and rattle through a few more. But yeah, I'll call the agent on that one. Need to see what's going on there. Been on the market too long. Too long without my help. Yes. Aha, it's a duplicate. Sorry, the last one was a backfire man. Yeah, I'm going to call it quality. This one, not quality, and it's a duplicate. Go away, go away! Please come back in. Don't come back in all day, to be honest, unless it reduced in price. This is back 5 mile. Again, this is my most frequent search run. As things keep coming back on the market, they flip flop around, don't they? Right, this one. Okay, yeah, needing full renovation. Next door has gone. Oh my god, it's kind of ugly, isn't it? Kind of ugly, but I guess it works. That's quite ugly though. All these. It's almost industrial. I'm sure if you modernise it these days, it wouldn't look quite so ugly. I think that's one that's been done 30 years ago, I would say. Anyway, so there's potential. What did next door sell for if it wasn't in? From the front, still looks fine, but oh my god. Come on. Right, next door is this one, isn't it? 9/16/2017, that's not really good enough data. Alright, so it's sold subject to contract. Okay, well I guess I'll be notified it comes back. Is it quality? Well, not really, it's sold subject to contract, isn't it? Alright, bye bye. Next one. Where's me finger? So that. Backfire my meaning again. Spencer Road. Removed. When I see removed, I think, why? Ah, sold subject to contract. Okay, well, I'm sure they'll let me know if it comes back. Yeah. I don't really want to waste my time thinking too much more about things. It's all left to be seen. Like, yeah, comes back, clean off, not always. Neither like refurbishment. Comparables are decent. Yeah, it's probably could work. But I sold subject contracts, so I should leave it at that. Negative equity, first one of those in a while. It's good for lease option, someone struggling. They can't sell the property because they owe more than what they would get out of a sale, so they'd be in debt if they sold the property, so they're in negative equity. I think that's a good explanation. Oh dear, and well, it's saddens me because yes, it's a nice proposed project. Perhaps, yeah, I don't know, we don't know the exact situation, but it's a nice property, but they kind of have to get out of it. They're in debt. Clearly refurbished to a slightly high standard. Maybe one or two things can be touched up on it. 5k, 10k, top of vibes. Like maybe the front here, like yeah. But is it worth getting the scaffolding down up for all of that? Maybe not. So yeah, NWC, nice area. It's asking £1 million. Why is it negative equity? Because in 2022-23 it was sold for 1.1 million. Yeah, I mean the property market's been struggling a little bit, and yeah, it's understandable, isn't it? What are the comparables looking like? If you can secure a B&B and secure a lease option, then happy days, really. I'll keep it in my pipeline. 153. square meters. God, there's no comparables. Oh, alright. That's kind of comparable with. Oh, yes, with what could be done. God, you've achieved life if you get a property like that, haven't you? You've done well. Right, well, I'll say that it's comparable as kind of like the. It's not fair. Is this the issue with our properties? It's upper end. It's a limit, right? It's a limit of what can be achieved. But again, with comparable, it's not as if to say our vibes. Like, we don't need. Oh, bugger! I forgot to do this. This is why I really need to change it. Let's do this. I suppose it's not really comparables, are they? Ah! No comparables. But it's negative equity. No, I don't know. I'm going to leave it until in March or during Mark Shaw's training course on lease options. And I imagine I'll learn that maybe I don't need all these three solid comparables. I'm doing lease option, Mark's mottos, if you really lease option, you don't know exactly how much money you'll make, it's the market, but you will make money. But I don't know any more details than that. So I think I'll leave this one. Chuck it in my pipeline, why not? But I won't go any further for now until I know a little bit more. If I have some comparables and I feel like I understand how I can make a lease option work, it looks still a little bit obscure for me. I'm not going to put it in quality, but I'll put it in my pipeline. This is our decision. We've got another one now. We've got another one. So 3 minutes left. Hopefully we can finish this email from, what's the date? 10th of Jan. Oh yeah, this negative equity one that I did inquire about has been removed. I imagine a sale has been agreed. So yeah, been a bit too slow on that, but well, actually, it doesn't say why it's been removed. Fuck, I hope the sale hasn't fallen through. That's removed it. Right. Yeah. Done. I think I just didn't back up what I was saying with the substance. I'm still learning. And I think Dan abandoned me. What was it? Abandon. Probate. Here we go, 2 minutes there. We can get through this. Probate. Removed. Doesn't mean it's sold. Doesn't mean it's sold. It does. Okay. Chill. Chill. It's okay. It's fine. If it comes back, I'll know about it. So, now I shall. Yeah, it said I hadn't clicked on it. Bro. Delete it, and then yeah, it's just announced for this week. So yeah, to go, I will catch up on it. Just outside of this live stream. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. I suppose the next thing is to just summarise some actionables for the next week based with this live stream. Of course, this is kind of just deal pipeline actionables. Um, there are lots of actionables in this business. It's getting so much more busy, I feel, for me, because the investor side is coming along as well, and yeah, it's just really busy. Keep working on it, keep working on it. But yeah, just in terms of the deal pipeline, the deal flow, we're going to try and negotiate NW10 to RJ. I suppose I shouldn't reveal that too strongly, but yeah, we're gonna get onto that one. Yeah, we're gonna get onto that one. Okay, cool. The There's a timer. So work up it. I'm gonna praise it for it. Get a video, walk around, all that good stuff. You've probably seen it on my social media recently. I do really appreciate it when agents can give me a video tour and show the feelers of the property, and it's really helped builders to be able to come back with something a bit more accurate. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Doing that way, so we'll get it done on this one. And the next thing to do is that weird flat house 5-bed thing. Call the agent on that one, see what's going on. I just hope he doesn't ask me questions that I don't understand, but that's all part of learning, I suppose. And the third one is just to finish going through these. Got 5 more. Oh no, there's one more again. Finish contingent emails. What I'm going to do immediately after stopping this live stream, number 4, so it definitely will be done by the end of next week, is just adjust that comparables radius to 0.5 miles, not 1 mile. So much within, I mean, what happens within a square mile of where you live? I'm sure there are like really, really different types of houses, so I'm going to try and get it to half a mile. That's it. Yes, that is it. Yeah, and other than that, if you made it to the end, congratulations. Very much appreciate it. And what else is there to say? Look, if you, like I said at the start, when we did the question, the answer to the question was B, solving seller problems. See, that's the problem. You know, my Facebook Messenger group, it turned into like a guy with shades, and I'm like, that so gave away the answer that it was B, because I put it in my Messenger group. I said A, this one, B, like cool dude, C, and D. I was like, fuck's sake, that's giving away the answer. Anyway, so yeah, if you're interested in these deals, there's the answer. I put that in my Messenger group, right? So a much more discussion would be going on there. So whether you're interested in sourcing, potentially assisted sales and lease options, there's so many reasons why. Okay, so many reasons not to. Yeah, it's complicated, and the agents don't always understand it. So I get it. You can stick to your flips. You can keep paying stamp duty and capital gains, and expensive financing costs for investors, or you can go for assisted sales and lease options. So if you're interested in sourcing those, or if you're an investor who's like, well, how are you talking about Elliot? Give a book call with me, or just if you're somewhat interested but you're not quite sure yet, save each other some time. Just join the Messenger group, and learn about it through there. I wouldn't expect you to come to all my live streams, but you can maybe watch a few minutes and just start understanding what I'm all about first. before going any further. That's absolutely fine. I don't intend to. I don't expect investors to suddenly get it straight away. It's fine. So, the first step is join the group, join the discussion, keep following along. If you want to join the Facebook Messenger group, just message me anywhere. I have to send you the link. Well, there isn't a link. There isn't a public link. You have to become my friend on Facebook. And then I'll add you. So, yeah. Right. Next week, I'm visiting my parents. I'm going to do the live stream on Saturday. So, more about that next week. Saturday, maybe midday. I don't know. You'll see. I don't know Sunday, so I'll be at my mum's house. Alright, see you then.